What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. As of today, which I believe is the 9th, let me double check that. Watch turn on, maybe not. I gotta check my phone. Of course, my watch doesn't want to turn on. September 9th, we are 5 weeks out from my second show and 3 weeks out from my first show. So things are getting pretty serious. Literally 21 days until I step on stage for the first time in my entire life. And then, what was that be? 21, 14, 35 days until the big show in Seattle, the Washington State Natural, which is definitely gonna be a very competitive show. And with this being my first time, I'm gonna do the open division. So we'll kind of see how that goes, see how I stack up against some guys that have been competing for a little while. And yeah, once again, it's gonna be a great experience. Super excited for that. But yeah, 5 weeks out from that show, 3 weeks out from my first show. A little bit of a later start to the day. It is currently 12:52. We've had 2 meals. I think last week I mentioned potentially doing like a mock kind of like peak week where I have 2 refeed days, take photos and stuff. But I actually kind of discussed with my coach, Maisie, you can't have that shoe. Come here, look at her. Look at her. She's stealing Katie's shoes. But that was my bad, I left the door open. But yeah, so I actually discussed with my coach and we decided to actually go hold off on that kind of like peak week, that mock peak week, to see how I carb up, just because I'm not lean enough yet. Honestly, I'm sitting right around 153. The glutes and hamstrings are still not in yet. I'm very lean in my upper body and most of my back, but my glutes are just not there yet. Probably need another 2 to 3 pounds. So we decided to continue to dig today and do a refeed tomorrow. So instead of 2 refeeds this week, we're just doing 1. So 6 days of digging, 1 refeed rather than 5 and 2. But I'm okay with it. The biggest thing, I want those glutes by the time I get to Washington. If I don't have them in for my very first show, I'm not to be disappointed. I definitely want them by then, but I also have 5 weeks to lose probably 3 pounds, so we are right on track. Just a matter of me being impatient and wanting the results sooner. But yeah, we're gonna head to the gym. We have a full upper body workout. Obviously, I'll show you guys the posing. But yeah, just a quick little update. 3 weeks out, 5 weeks out, 6 weeks out, and 8 weeks out from all 4 of my shows. 4, not 5, 4 of my shows this season. But yeah, let's head to the gym. I'll obviously show you guys the workout and then the posing after. And then I also got my posing trunks in. I don't know if I'll show you guys me in them yet, but I'll show you guys the posing trunks I got when we get home. Because I now do posing at the gym, but I also do posing for my routine and mandatories at home in the garage. So I might show you guys some of that. But Katie is gonna be studying. What? And then I just said you're gonna be studying. Katie's gonna be studying all day, so I gotta go to the gym solo. But we'll come back, we'll take Maisie for a walk, which we already did this morning as well. And yeah, we're growing through it, we're grinding. Energy definitely comes and goes. I might film some tonight and give you guys an honest update, but yeah, let's head to the gym. So on the way to the gym, we're having the Rain, I think, what is this called? Razzleberry, if you guys can see that. So right now, Rains are my go-to. I'm gonna have Katie try this as well. Right now, Rainbow Sherbet's my #1. What was it, the gummy berry or green gummy bear? Or white gummy bear, whatever it was, is definitely my second. So let's give this Razzleberry a try. Ooh, that's good too. I'm a huge fan of blue raspberry flavored things. All right, we're gonna have Katie try this too real quick. All right.
What is it? Blue raspberry?
Yeah. Have you had the Rainbow Sherbet one yet?
Ooh, that's good.
Have you had the Rainbow Sherbet yet?
Mm-mm.
Just the white gummy bear?
Yeah.
What do you think? Better or worse?
I feel like I've been hating on all the monsters that I've tried, but the Rains are just, they're hitting the spot for
Rains
me.
are good, yeah. Did you have another sip? Those have 300 milligrams of caffeine, is why we switched from Monsters to Rain, because the Monsters only have like 140 ghosts, I think, or 200, and these are 300, which I definitely need right now. But what do you think compared to the white gummy bear?
I still like the white gummy bear a lot.
Same. I think
I still would put that first, but this is just, that's just good.
It's close, yeah. So I think Rainbow Sherbet is still a 9.4 for me. I think I gave the white gummy bear a 9 on the dot, 9 or 9.1. Like 9 right on the dot. And this is, it's different in the sense that it has a little bit more like flavor, I feel like, to it, yeah, like the blue raspberry, but I'm saying I'm gonna go 8.8. This is still very solid, but Rainbow Sherbet, white gummy bear, blue raspberry for me right now.
I wish I could drink that whole thing.
But too much caffeine. And honestly, sometimes I drink it just for the taste, because on prep right now, anything other than water just tastes amazing. But yeah, now we're gonna head to the gym. And just like that, another workout down, another penny deposited, and yeah, honestly, actually pretty pleased with how that went, considering I'm on day 6 of low calories and not feeling 100% as far as energy goes. And I feel low-key like I'm looking worse in a weird way. Like I'm getting leaner, but I'm also getting flatter. So I feel like, honestly, for me, I'm looking back at like weeks 8 and 9 out. I'm like, oh damn, I looked really good there. I was full, but I was still lean. But the hardest thing is my glutes. That is gonna be the death of me, I swear. Trying to get these glute striations, which I've never had in my entire life, and not exactly sure how lean I need to be in order to get those for my personal body type, like as far as where I store my body fat. It is my glutes and hamstrings right now. Everything else looks good. Everything else is coming in, but it's like, and my lower back a little bit. My low back, my glutes, and my hamstrings are just not quite as lean as they need to be competitive at the ultimate, like, once again, open bodybuilding conditioning that a lot of these guys are going to bring. So that's probably gonna be the single hardest thing I do as far as like mentally, physically draining. This is, yeah, prep is no joke. It's taking a lot out of me. But once again, if I'm going to do this every like 3 to 5 years, I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to do whatever I have to do in the next 3, 5, 6, 8 weeks to bring the absolute best package I possibly can. And even if that means, once again, getting down to 150, if it means sacrificing a little bit more in the short term, I'm cool with that, because I know I'll literally have 5 years to do whatever the hell I want. I'll have all of November, December to eat what I want, do what I want, get my energy back up. So right now, it's definitely a, what's the saying? If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes a sacrifice. And right now, what I want is shredded glutes, and what I'm willing to sacrifice is calories, cardio, energy, sex drive, all that kind of stuff in the short term to get those shredded glutes. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be the hardest thing, but another workout down. And I will say, once I start competing, I'm not exactly sure how the workouts are gonna go, since I compete, like, basically compete every other weekend with one back-to-back show, like the 14th, October 14th and October 21st. So I assume my workouts are probably gonna get a little bit more just like, hey, just go to the gym, like, don't push anything, don't train to failure. Well, right now I'm still training pretty close to failure. Just once again, maybe holding like 1 rep left in the tank for some exercises. So once I start competing, I'm not exactly sure how the workouts are gonna go. Obviously, I'm not gonna work out like the day before or the day after my show, I don't think. But once again, I've never done this before. We'll kind of go with the coach's judgment call there. But yeah, another penny down, 21 days out from the first show, which just, once again, is crazy how quick it's coming up, because I've been prepping for a long time now. But also, I have a lot of work to do to get those glutes to come in. But the biggest thing is October 14th. That's kind of like my big show, because we added the one on September 30th a little bit early. But I definitely think I'll still be ready and competitive at that show. But yeah, regardless, let's get home. Let's have some burgers. Unfortunately, today without any buns, but I will have buns tomorrow, my refeed day. I might actually show you guys like a full day of refeed tomorrow. So I might keep this part of, or today's part of the video a little bit shorter and show you guys all the meals for my refeed tomorrow, so you guys can see exactly how I'm getting my carbs. Yeah, I actually think I'll do that. So I might have a little bit more footage later today, maybe take Maisie for a walk, something like that. Show you guys my posing trunks, maybe me in my posing trunks. And then tomorrow, I'll definitely show you guys my full day of eating on a refeed. Yeah, let's go and do that. But first things first, I need to go home. We need my post, my creatine, my burgers, my Powerade, basically my post-workout ritual, and I'll see you guys later. Now we're about to go out and do some posing, but as I mentioned, I figured I'd show you guys the posing trunks. Once again, I'll probably wait to actually show you guys the routine and me in the trunks until later on. But yeah, it's basically like a Speedo. This guy right here is my bodybuilding trunks. So I will have a classic pair, which is black, and it's gonna be a little bit more coverage. But yeah, this is the bodybuilding one. You can see like the sides are like a small string. It is just this. And it's kind of crazy to think about. When I first started getting into this like health and fitness thing, started making like YouTube videos, all that kind of stuff. I remember my dad was like, as long as you don't get up on stage in your underwear with a fake tan on, I'm cool with whatever. And now I'm about to do it 4 times in the next about 2 months, which is funny. But he's very supportive now, and he actually wants to come to my shows and cheer me on, that kind of thing. Just funny that I'll be, yeah, doing this. I feel like I'll be a lot more comfortable when I'm around other people that are doing it as well. But I'm a boxer brief man my entire life, never really worn like underwear, tighty whities or anything like that. So like, these do feel weird. They make me literally feel so like vulnerable. But once again, hopefully we get lean enough. Hopefully when everyone else is doing it, we're not too bad, but I definitely will have a little bit of stage fright. So that's why we're gonna do practice posing a lot, go through our routine, go through the mandatory, so I feel very comfortable in my own skin doing that, and then I can show it off on stage and all the hard work, obviously, of the last 9 months. But yeah, this is what I'm about to throw on and go do some posing in the garage. That'll probably be the last clip of today. I'll show you guys, once again, the 4 refeed meals tomorrow. Just real quick, I'll go like breakfast, lunch, post posing, because I don't work out tomorrow, and then like dinner. So I'll show you guys those meals, how I get my carbs in, basically bread, rice cakes, oatmeal, and a bunch of fruit. But yeah, that wraps up Saturday. We're gonna pose. I need to get my steps in, but yeah, successful day so far. Another day of digging down, 6 days in a row, definitely brutal. But yeah, check with you guys maybe tonight with a quick conversation. Otherwise tomorrow, yeah, let's go pose. So I told you guys I'd show you guys my refeed meals. We've got 4 of them today, starting off with 300 grams of egg whites with a little bit of Cholula hot sauce. We've got 4 slices of low-calorie bread. We have 2 servings of this jelly. This is, I don't even know, how do you pronounce that? I don't know, but this delicious jelly that I think, well, I guess it's a 4 fruit preserve. I don't know, but 2 servings, which comes out to be 40 grams, 20 and 20, and 1 bell pepper on the side. So volume up. So the biggest thing here, we just get more carbs, which is gonna be in the form of toast and some jelly. This meal comes out to be 510 calories, 72 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, and 38 grams of protein, and that's meal 1. It is time for meal number 2 of the refeed day, and we have our protein right here, which is 2 packs of quick oats, 15 grams of peanut butter, 1 scoop of protein, a little bit of almond milk, then we get 2 bananas on top. That's why it looks like there's so much. We had 2 bananas chopped up in there, and that is the addition. Essentially the exact same thing I eat on a regular basis, just a little bit more carbs. In this case, an extra banana or 2 bananas in total. This meal comes out to be 684 calories, 107 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat, and 42 grams of protein. Once again, this is by far my favorite meal I have right now in the rotation as far as like meal plan, prep, all that good stuff. I'll definitely be eating it afterwards as well. I do think that if I could add a little bit more peanut butter and some jelly, I think it'd be like a peanut butter banana and like a peanut butter and jelly oats with bananas on top would just be absolutely amazing. So that's definitely the first thing I'm gonna be adding in to the diet post show. But yeah, that is meal number 2. See you guys at meal number 3. For meal number 3, the Bengals are getting destroyed by the Browns right now, so not too good there. But we do have a nice little meal right here. We have 2 4-ounce patties, 8 ounces total. See that char on there? That's what we're going for in those burgers. So we also have 4 slices of low-calorie bread, and we brought the big bowl because we get 600 grams of strawberries, 150 grams of carrots in there. We're gonna pair that with a little bit of ketchup and mustard on the burger itself. I don't have the exact macros because my phone's charging, but I'll leave the macros up here: calories, protein, carbs, fats, all that good stuff. And that's meal number 3 on the refeed day. The only difference between this and my regular meal is 300 more grams of strawberries and the 4 slices of bread. It's time for our 4th and final meal of the day. And this one is pretty much a spread of just a bunch of random different things. But as much as I do like recipes, making recipes for you guys, sometimes simple is easy. It's easy to track, it's easy to eat, easy to plan for. So what we have is 200 grams of blueberries. We have 6 ounces of chicken tenderloin right there, cooked up, and that was meal prep, so that's just reheated. We have 1 more bell pepper over there, and we're gonna have 7 chocolate rice cakes. I'll read off the macros for this meal. Also, I've been adding this Chipotle Cholula, hopefully you guys can see this, onto my chicken, just a couple dashes. So I use like the original Cholula on my eggs in the morning, and I use this Chipotle Cholula on my chicken breast, just to spice it up a little bit. It's 0 calories. I don't do too much because I, once again, am a little bit of a wuss when it comes to heat, but that is gonna be our meal. I'll read off the macros for this meal as well as the day total, and then we'll go over happy scale, basically my weekly progress, that kind of thing. So real quick, pull up my Fitness Pal. So meal 4, this comes out to be 731 calories. It is 122 grams of carbs. Once again, carbs, carbs, and carbs. 9 grams of fat, and then 48 grams of protein. That brings our day total to 2,694 calories, 407 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat, and 186 grams of protein. As you guys saw today, the carbs went way up, kept the protein about the same, if not dropped a little bit, and the fat right around 40, which is the goal during these refeeds, is to replenish my glycogen storages, have more carbs, see how my body responds as we get closer to show day, which is now, yeah, literally 2 weeks and 6 days. We are under 3 weeks out from the first show, which is nuts. And that's another thing. So I'll pull up Happy Scale, but as I do kind of pull up Happy Scale, I'll show you guys once again. I'll throw up the weekly report right there. So on the last week or so, you guys can see we had some weight fluctuations, but new low weigh-in, 152.4. That's an all-time low so far on prep on September 7th. We were down 1 pound versus last month, down 0.3 pounds per week, and then I'm down 0.4 pounds last 10 days. Then we'll head over to the logbook. You can see a little bit more closely. So I had the 152.4 weigh-in, and I had a 153, 154, 154, and those were all while I was digging, while I was still at 1,800 calories. Like I would expect my weight to go up tomorrow morning after all these carbs and this food. But I will say I've had, what's the right way to say this? A little bit less frequent trips to the restroom. So I feel like my body's kind of holding on to a little bit of weight in the terms of kind of food in my digestive system. But once again, I didn't change anything. The calories were still 1,800 or 1,850 throughout the entire week. And this is one of the things where you cannot let the scale dictate exactly what you do. So I'm not letting the scale be like, oh my gosh, like my weight went up a little bit, I need to cut the calories, because A, I see I'm getting leaner. Like I'm getting a little bit of glute striations, my hamstrings are coming in a little bit. So I'm not changing it just because I had 1 or 2 high weigh-ins, like my weight went up for 2 days, even though I was doing the exact same thing I was to lose weight. This is where you have to just trust the process and just accept that sometimes weight fluctuates. Once again, if you don't use the restroom for a day or 2, your body's gonna be holding on to all the food you've been eating. If you, once again, have a poor sleep schedule, or you don't get the best rest, or your hydration's off, you had a little bit too much sodium or a little bit less water or something like that, your weight will fluctuate. But if you stay to the plan, stick to the plan, you know you're making progress. So that's the goal right now. Not to let those weight fluctuations kind of get in my head, even though I do still think I need to get down to probably like 151, 152 averages to really get those glutes to come out. Once again, I still have 20 days until I step on stage for the first time, and then like 35 days until I step on stage for the second time. So I have a little bit of time. I'm not gonna rush the process. I'm not gonna cut my calories. I'll talk to my coach on Monday, tomorrow, or Tuesday. Say, like, hey, this is what's been happening. This is what my physique looked like. See what happens post this refeed. Probably just dig at 1,800 calories for another week. Maybe drop the calories. Once again, I'll keep you guys posted on that. But yeah, all of last week, 6 days at 1,850, 1 high day, which was today. I will say last week, around Wednesday and Thursday, things got pretty tough. I don't want to say they got dark, but I was like, basically for the last couple of hours of the day, I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this? Why am I restricting myself? Why am I starving myself? All that kind of stuff. And it kind of goes back to like, I want to challenge myself. If I don't challenge myself, I kind of get bored with things. And I think a really big part of health and fitness for me will always be to never have to say no. I think I've told you guys on the channel before a long time ago, I never want to be in a point where I physically can't do something. It's like when I'm 45 years old and have kids, I never want to say no to playing around with them in the yard, or being their coach in sports, or helping them throw baseball bats or whatever. Throw baseball or lacrosse, whatever it is, play golf, because I can't physically do something. That is my overarching health and fitness goal, is to never say no because I physically can't do something. And obviously beyond that, I think it'd be really cool to do an Ironman one day. Obviously I'm doing a bodybuilding show now, maybe a powerlifting meet at some point. I like challenging myself, and right now I really love bodybuilding. It might be another thing for 5 years, but I don't know if I'll do it forever, because it is, once again, very restrictive. Another part of health and fitness is obviously enjoying the food I eat, which right now I enjoy the food, I just wish I had more of it. So there's been lots of ups and downs. Energy, once again, comes and goes. I will say having Katie here this weekend has been amazing. So I wish she was here more often. She'll be back next weekend, just with her schedule, my schedule, all kinds of stuff. I just like having her around. I don't know, it just keeps me focused on other things. I can always talk to her, lean on her for some support, rather than just being myself, kind of like, not like I'm alone because my parents are around, my older brother's around, but it's like she gets it. I can kind of vent to her a little bit more than I can with my parents. And sometimes when it gets late on like a Wednesday night, like 9 p.m., I'm out of food for the day, I'm really hungry, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and there's ice cream in the fridge or freezer, like I want to have it. There's no shortcuts around it. I am relying on just pure discipline to not cheat on my diet at this point. But once again, we're so close to that first show. Once that first show hits, hopefully we'll kind of ride the momentum for the rest of the 4 shows. But yeah, once again, a little update. Maybe I might film a little bit more throughout the week. I'm trying to think, because once again, I film these on the weekends, but like you guys don't always get to see like what I'm like on like a Wednesday or Thursday night. So I might pull out the camera at some point, or maybe do like another vlog on like a Wednesday or Thursday as I get closer to the show, or maybe do daily vlogs, question mark, or every other day vlogs in between the first and second show, something like that. So you guys get a real inside look on like what happens like during the week, not just on the weekends. But yeah, without further ado, I'll end the video here. Sorry, once again, I feel like I talk a lot, but there's just a lot to talk about. If you guys have more questions, definitely let me know. I can answer those in another video. I'll do my best to respond to them in the comments. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. 2 weeks and 6 days out from the first show. Cannot wait. We need the glutes to come in though. See you guys next time. Peace.